Everyone's been telling me I had to watch the It's a Gundam video, My Adventures with Superman, anime without the charm. This is a man that clearly did not like Superman, and I kind of thought it was delightful. So I'm excited to jump right into it. I love having dissenting agreements with my peers. In my humble opinion, that is the healthiest way to live your life. I know what his complaints are going to be about how Lois Lane keeps saving Superman and stuff, but I don't know. I feel like it is charming. So let's see what we got here.
Hey.
Now that's
comedy.
Oh, come on. That was cute. Come on, man. That was kind of cute. Come on, man.
My Adventures with Superman is what you get when the West imitates anime and fails.
I'm gay.
What? It's a slice of life anime, if anything. I would never compare My Adventures with Superman to like a shonen like Jujutsu Kaisen.
oh, very nice.
Well, here we go again. Another legacy character gets revamped for modern audiences.
True.
My Adventures with Superman is the type of show you'd enjoy if you also enjoy living in your own headcanon while cruising Twitter.
Oh, my man's killing me. My man's killing me.
Grandpa's feeling a little frisky today.
Somebody behind this show really wanted Guts and Casca to be happy in another universe.
How any person came up with the idea that this watered down, sad excuse for a Western cartoon mimicking anime had anything in common with one of the greatest mangas ever
look,
made.
I agree.
An actual creative...
Dude, It's a Gundam does such a good job finding the biggest nut job takes on anything that I'm like, okay, listen, I do like My Adventures with Superman. I think it's cute. I don't think it's great, but I think it's cute. I think it's a delightful show. It's adorable in its own way. It's not a masterpiece or anything. And this guy's like, no, it's garbage. Now this is the type of guy that likes the show. And I'll be like, all right, no, Papa Gundam, I take it all back, sir. You were right all along.
Masterpiece, only known as Berserk.
I took offense to that.
I'm going to try and review the first 2 episodes as nicely as possible.
Let's go.
Because what I want to say would get me banned off of this platform. The character! This show is what you get when people who lack creativity attempt to copy the successful formula of anime.
Oh, no.
But with none of the love, or even the good story beats, or clearly a budget.
I mean, there isn't really cute story beats. Like, let's be real here.
Superman / Clark Kent talks to himself like a character from a Tumblr fanfiction.
Do not crush his hand.
Hey, Clark!
Today just be normal. Today just
Be extraordinary.
Like,
Okay.
That's so cute. That's kind of cute. No, it's not so bad.
I had to save the cat. I'm a normal man having a normal day starting now.
He's kinda gay.
It's not gay.
What the f is happening?
Come on.
I don't know, man. He's kinda gay to me.
Also,
I freaking love the filthy pranks.
Superman shows up to the Daily Planet not knowing who he is. So he's like having this emotional existential crisis throughout the first episode
That is such a valid reading and adaptation of Superman, though. What?
absolutely annoying.
Yeah, okay, it's annoying from the perspective of a fully realized Superman. It's not annoying from the perspective of someone who wants to live a normal life but has these incredible powers and doesn't know who he is.
Doing this. Who am I?
Who am I?
Because we needed help. Don't you want to know who that person is?
It's such a stupid take on Superman in my personal
What? I feel like that's not a stupid take. That's such a valid take on Superman. You know what's boring about Superman? Seeing Superman just being Superman. This freaking indestructible semi-demigod guy flying around there, annihilating the shit out of his enemies. That's annoying. That's stupid. That's been done to death. And I know that it's iconic, but leave the icons where they are. Leave the original Superman movies as they are. If you want to adapt Superman, you gotta do it from the perspective of Superman's mental health. I think that that is a perfectly valid take. You know what I think is cringe about the modern Superman? The fact that every time Superman gets into a fight, he's gonna lose, and Lois Lane saves him because she pulls a lever 40 miles away, and it's like, we gotta pull the lever to save Superman! And then she pulls the lever, and then Superman's like, shit, man, that's everything I needed to win!
By the time he went to the city to join the Daily Planet, I can't remember right now, I'm tired. He already knew who he was and what he was capable of. He set out to help people as Superman by the time he went to work there.
Okay, but this is just changing the timeline a little bit. That I feel like that's so valid.
But now, it's self-discovery Superman every 5 seconds.
Why is that not valid, though? Superman at some point needed to go through the self-discovery phase. At some point, I think that's a completely valid mindset for him to have, and I think that it's appropriate that it's tackled in this show.
Who am I? What am I? Lois Lane is no longer a woman who has her power in her femininity, with razor-sharp wit and keen observational skills.
Oh. Hi.
Hello. Clark Kent from...
Wait, I didn't notice
Skills.
that. What the f?
Oh.
Oh, what?
Hi.
Hello. Clark Kent from Smallville.
Smallville? Never heard of it.
Have you ever been to Kansas?
God, no.
Based! Based! I'm sorry.
Look, Smallville, nothing against you, but even as a kid, I never liked babysitting. You want to keep up with me, you gotta be quick. I'm no tour guide and I don't hold hands.
Really? Not gonna lie, Lois Lane from the current Superman is so fire in her own right. Tomboy freaking Lois Lane is not any complaint that I have. My complaint with Tomboy Lois Lane is the fact that she keeps breaking the rules and expecting to be praised for it. I think that's kind of an insufferable take, that you gotta save the day and don't listen to the man. And that whole stuff. All right, sure. If you want to complain about that, I could totally see it, brother. I could totally see it.
I'm like fearless. You can ask Ms. Lane. She uses me all the time.
Bye.
So I see.
Lois Lane now has short hair and dresses like Elliot Page.
What?
And she also has all the emotional maturity of a preteen, except she's in her 20s. She now feels more like a self-insert character than the Lois Lane we've all known our entire lives. For God's sakes, the character is flushed out. She's like 100 years old. Jimmy Olsen's now black.
Damn.
Hey, no one cares about that. The complaint with Jimmy Olsen is that he's running around saying, oh my God, aliens are controlling everything. Aliens, brother, aliens. That's the annoying part about him. No one cares about, oh man.
Of course he is. Hollywood's relentless erasure of redheads knows no end. Ginger lives matter. You might say Gundam. It's a kid's show. And I would agree originally. Yes, I thought the same thing until I noticed that My Adventures with Superman is on Cartoon Network at midnight.
Oh my God. Cartoon Network, how the mighty have fallen.
I don't think 5-year-olds are supposed to be up at midnight watching Cartoon Network. The real irony here is that the Superman animated series from the 90s was indeed a kid's show, but it treated you like you were mature enough to handle adult themes.
I feel like that's kind of valid for a lot of kids shows back in the day. I feel like kids shows back in the day, like especially like, you know, the Batman, the animated Batman, which was a masterpiece, or even Batman Beyond, like they really treated you like an adult.
Superman.
Nice S.
Excuse me?
Right here. He's strong, he flies, he's the Nietzschean fantasy ideal all wrapped up in a red cape. News Kent. The president broke diplomatic ties with Casnia months ago.
Which means Luthor couldn't sell the Regent a war suit without it being a deliberate act of treason.
So Luthor just left the back door open for him to take it.
It works in theory.
In theory, maybe, but Perry White doesn't run theories.
Whereas to this show is an adult.
Okay, dude, wow, that was a real backtrack. Seeing that clip reminds me how different Lois Lane is in the show, but I don't really care. A little annoying at times, and I wish she was in prison for all the times she's stolen people and lied and committed identity theft, and sometimes she's insufferable. But don't. Dude, you clearly have not been on Rule 34.
Adult Swim show
That's my argument.
that feels as generic as a Saturday morning cartoon show aired at midnight for, I guess, teens and people in their early 20s that are still trying to figure out who to help.
But you still simp, bro. The but I can fix her mentality is so strong, man. I'm trying to break out, but the intrusive thoughts keep creeping in.
Hell they are, I don't know.
You just show them the ropes and get...
They can help me with the story.
Oh, have you considered that these robots might have come from beyond the stars?
Yeah, that's why Jimmy's annoying. Not because he's black.
Came from an army base.
There's only so many places to hide them.
I've already got a lead.
It could be the sewer dinosaurs.
So we follow up.
Mothman!
Meet my source.
Mer people! Mer people!
Find the robots.
And get the story.
Then what are we waiting around here for?
And you're like, hey, I remember when movies made me feel things.
Movies still make me feel things.
Sadness is a thing.
I feel regret most of the time.
The villains! Deathstroke, who is now military black ops and obviously works with Amanda Waller. He looks nothing like Deathstroke.
Dude, you gotta appreciate the stylization a little bit here. All right, listen, I am the biggest Deathstroke fan you will ever see, ever, okay? Slade is my favorite villain in Teen Titans, and Teen Titans is my favorite superhero show, ever. Listen, I am a huge Deathstroke fan. The fact that they made femboy Deathstroke is awesome. I don't know, man. I just think that it's the style of the show, and I appreciate the stylistic integrity that they have.
And acts nothing like Deathstroke.
What the f is this piece of shit?
The character design tells me someone was watching It'sAGundam, saw Quattro Vagina, and said, yes.
Care about.
Based.
I have something you want. You have something I want. Let's trade.
What do you want?
I want off your weird hit list, genius.
You really think you're the smartest person here, don't you? You have no idea what kind of technology you're dealing with.
Feel regret?
Like I said, it wants
What
to be
was
an
wrong
anime
with
in the
that?
worst way, with no clear idea what makes anime good. I don't want to make a 40-minute video about this and deconstructing Deathstroke and why this character design is insulting to anyone that's ever been a DC fan. So we're just moving along. Livewire is no longer...
I'm having so much fun right now. I'm gonna plant bombs around the city. BoJack Horseman Slade, oh no.
A shock jock radio host. She's now an illegal arms dealer that looks like a dude.
What am I watching? Where does he get these clips?
I'll never forgive this.
Don't you just love how Western media takes all of these female characters and turn them into character designs that could easily pass for young male characters? And she has a mullet to boot. I guess while redesigning Livewire, somebody was listening to Diane Antwood and watching the Tiger King and thought to themselves,
Oh no, I can never unsee the Tiger King.
God. I am never gonna financially recover from this.
Livewire was one of those great character designs from the 90s DC animated TV
That is
show.
so true. Livewire did look sick.
Or as some of us know him, the Golden Age. She was so well received that she became canon alongside Harley Quinn. Imagine that. Two of the most iconic DC villains came from a cartoon.
That's crazy. I guess I forget how good the Golden Age truly was. I guess I keep thinking that I just have my nostalgia goggles on, but Batman the Animated Series was a fucking masterpiece.
Show. She was originally voiced by Lori Petty, best known for Tank Girl and A League of Their Own. A League of Their Own was an amazing movie, honestly. I would highly recommend it. Lori was the quintessential badass chick back in the day. Well, anyway, as I said before, Livewire, shock jock, radio host, a la Howard Stern. She didn't like Superman, and by today's standards, the character would still be considered problematic, is the word the kids use. I mean, sure, you could sit there and go, shock jocks are a thing in the past. Okay, fine. But if you wanted to modernize Livewire, you could have made her like a YouTuber or something with opinions that aren't part of the in vogue political talking points.
That is so true. Like, here's the thing. With my personal experiences, I do not feel such an attachment to Superman. I never really liked Superman. I never really liked Superman because I just thought it was kind of boring. This man's way too OP. But I feel like what he's saying, from the perspective of a real Superman fan, I could totally see these complaints as being very legitimate.
You would have nailed it.
Oh, no.
Could you imagine Livewire doing the Alex Jones rants?
What do you think tap water is? It's a gay bomb, baby. I'm like, shocked by it, so I'm up here bashing it because I don't like gay people. I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Dude, that would be incredible.
It would be hilarious. But that would require creativity and a sense of humor, something the show is clearly lacking. The biggest joke in the show is that Superman wears a bib while eating donuts because he gets sprinkles on himself.
Such a good appetite, this one.
No, see, it's not all for me.
But he gets the sprinkles all over. That's why we made him the bib.
Well, today's my first day of work, and
Honey, Clark.
I disagree. I thought this was adorable. Superman doesn't need to be the paradigm of masculinity in the eyes of everyone, all right? That's my humble opinion. I think this is cute and valid, okay? He doesn't need to be this peak man, peak Giga Chad. He doesn't need to be the Giga Chad on the Giga Chad meme.
He's here.
Good man. Get his bib?
Comedy.
Nah, I guess you gotta emasculate the world's strongest man somehow, am I right? That's how you knew the classic show had legs.
I don't feel like that really emasculates men. I think tackling men's mental health problems does not emasculate them.
They came up with memorable scenes, characters, and moments. They took legacy characters and were true to them, and in some cases even improved upon them. But my adventures with Superman, I highly doubt will do anything memorable with the IP.
I agree. I don't think my adventures with Superman will do anything memorable. I've seen my adventures with Superman, and I think it's on the slightly better side of mid. That is my humble opinion. I think it's mid. I think it's cute and delightful in its own cute and delightful ways. Do I think it's iconic, groundbreaking, or a masterpiece in any way? Absolutely not. Oh, absolutely not, bro.
Just another piece of fluff for the masses. The animation! While watching this show with my assistant, she described the animation as clunky. And I fully agree.
Damn.
I prefer to call it lazy cost-saving animation because, let's face it, Warner Brothers has been in the hole for billions of dollars.
Let's go! Warner Brothers the hole! Dude, I just like watching people fail. I just like watching things fall apart.
Whenever Superman does something, which looks more like he uses his Speed Force than anything else, and I know that wasn't their intention while trying to convey Superman's speed.
Yeah, for me, when I saw Superman get a black eye in the first episode, I was like, oh no, they did not just go there.
They were shooting for Dragon Ball Z vibes, but failing so hard at it.
Bro, gonna say Dragon Ball Z and show mid-ball super over here. Come on, brother. Don't do anybody. Oh, no one deserves that.
Here's a difference between scenes. With My Hero Academia, where Deku punches out a giant robot and Superman does the same thing. It's very ironic that the moments are almost identical. But anyway, as usual, Twitter ran to defend this horrible show by saying,
oh, Superman has
Yeah, the My Hero one was way better, actually, now that I'm looking at it.
had these powers.
yes, Superman has had super speed, but I don't ever recall Superman running and being electric, and then it just goes off the rails.
Oh, come
from there.
on, man. That's just artistic creativity. Come on, man.
Some people started going,
Superman Red and Superman Blue.
like, bro, really? The memory holds Superman timelines? When we got tons of bad Superman after the death of Superman? I even saw someone pull up a photo of John Kent. And this is because John Kent has bioelectric energy. But the clear thing is he isn't
Okay, dude, I don't know. I'm not that deep in the hole.
Clark Kent. And the comic was canceled to boot because it sucked. When you think about it, all these cheap knockoff superhero clone characters have electric powers. John Kent, because he inherited it from his father. And Miles Morales has electric spider power.
You're really gonna hate on Miles Morales? Spider-Verse straight up being the best superhero movie since The Dark Knight? Like, really, bro?
It seems like a tired-ass comic trope to me. At the end of the day, Google has turned everyone on Twitter into comic book experts. So many people claim to care about comics when
I don't.
making a point about a mid-Superman show.
The man just said the thing! We were on the same page all along. It's mid. He doesn't say it's crap. It's just mid, brother. And it's cute, and it's kind of adorable, and it makes me feel things.
If this many people had this much energy for the comic book industry, it wouldn't be getting its packed in by manga, and they wouldn't be trying so hard to mimic anime in a Western show.
My adventures was Superman.
Look, I don't like that take, mimicking anime in a Western show, because Teen Titans was heavily inspired by anime, and it was a masterpiece. The original Teen Titans was a masterpiece. Top 5 animated shows of all time, in my humble opinion. All right, I loved it so much. And yes, it was very heavily anime inspired. I don't think being inspired by other cultures is a bad thing in any way.
And Clip gives Superman this Sailor Moon-esque transformation.
Yeah, when I saw the Sailor Moon-esque transformation, I cringed a little bit.
Frankly, it's not all that deep. They weren't really thinking about Superman Red or Blue or Bio Superman Electric Energy.
No, they didn't care about any of that. They were just trying to make a cute show, I think.
Who am I?
She is the one named Sailor Moon.
They were thinking, oh, this is an anime, and people like anime.
I don't know.
And everybody else on Twitter is just coming up with more of an explanation for it than there really is.
Well, I do agree with that final part, but I don't know if they were just like, let's make Superman an anime. I just think they wanted to make something cute. I think that's really it. I really just don't think they put that much thought into it. They just wanted to make it incredibly cute and make cute character designs. They didn't want Giga Chad Superman or Ultra Giga Warlord Deathstroke. They just wanted characters to look more cute.
Kind of like the fans of Witcher Mercury try like hell to make the story seem grandiose when it's paper thin and rushed garb. Anyway, when you freeze the frames, it's clear they stretched
look at that, brother.
one cell of animation as far as possible, then made hard jump cuts to create the illusion of speed. But really, this was to save money on animation, and it looks tacky.
Bro, you know anime has a lot of really rough patches of animation too. Woo, whoop. Here you go. Have the ball. Is that not the lamest clip you've ever seen in your entire life?
DBZ did stuff like this too.
Yeah, sure, they did it on filler sections on a show, but on important parts of the
This is the show! It's an episodic show, bro. Come on, man. That's not an excuse.
Story, they went all out.
Gundam, you know I appreciate your hottest of takes, and I've gotten canceled watching your shiz before. But, dude, look at Naruto pauses. Look at this. These are all actual paused frames from Naruto. And don't tell me this isn't an important part of the show or something like that. You do know that this exists, right? You got some wild stuff if you pause Naruto. I'm just saying, you pause One Piece? Oh my god. Before Wano, from the time skip, it has been utter garbage. Dude, this is an actual screenshot from an actual official episode of One Piece. Have you seen Doflamingo's pause scenes? Doflamingo pause scenes are the goofiest shiz you'll ever see. This is, by the way, let me remind you, in one of the most epic fights in One Piece.
One, we already have cost-cutting animations with Superman Adventures, which means that's all you're ever going to get. Another thing that bugged me is the CGI.
I don't want a Superman remake. Why are you acting like you want Superman to be remade?
CGI robots look like the dollar store versions of Ava units.
Yeah,
or something they brought off of
I totally agree. The robots look mega generic.
AliExpress. The funny thing is the mechs in the show not only mimic the look of Ava units, but they run like Ava Unit 1 when it goes berserk. I'm not even getting into the lame time-stopping animations that are supposed to be dramatic when they just look so basic. This show has Steven Universe energy, which probably explains why Twitter loves it. Oh, one more thing. The donut scene, where Clark Kent goes to buy like 3 packs of donuts. Then the donuts vanish when the old lady gets on the table and talks about him using a bib.
Damn.
Then the donuts reappear in the next frame.
Continuity mistake. Small editing mistake! Bro, this show's garbage! Small editing mistake.
Aspire to constantly is quality.
There's no explanation where the donuts went. This is how
it was a mistake, bro. They do that.
You know?
They did that in Game of Thrones. There was a Starbucks cup on a table in Game of Thrones. To be fair, Game of Thrones has been shit by then, but you know.
The show is on a shoestring budget to leave in that big of a mess up. It's crazy. Final thoughts.
I hate him.
After watching Demon Slayer Season 3 and the fun, interesting energy that Jujutsu Kaisen's second season has.
Bro, you are not, it should be a capital offense, a literal death penalty level offense to compare a slice of life show to a shonen action show. I feel like that is illegal. That is not okay. You're not allowed to do that. You are not allowed, bro.
My Adventures with Superman is such an inferior story and product.
Because it's a slice of life show about the cute moments between Himbo Superman and Tomboy Lois Lane.
It's almost insulting to watch for any viewer that has a palate for better crafted animation and above all entertainment. Jujutsu Kaisen, it seemed like the show ended as soon as it began. It's like time just flew while watching it. But as I watched Superman Adventures, it felt slow, empty, devoid of meaning, jokes that I guess on some planet are funny along with Amy Schumer. Frankly, this show has nothing going for it. Like a girl on TikTok bitching about dating. It really is sad to see it.
What is that comparison? I do agree. My Adventures with Superman is mid, but it's cute. in its own way. It's not anything great, and it is sometimes grating, but it's cute. That's literally my take. I don't really have too deep of an opinion. I don't have some sort of visceral response to it, destroying the source material, because to be fair, I don't really like Superman. See, if they did this for Batman, I would probably be upset. If it was my adventures with Batman and it was about, you know, tomboy, sexy Alfred, I would like, oh man, oh no, I don't know though. I mean, it depends how sexy Alfred would be. All right, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch. Stay weird, fam.